Is now you've made that property manager an asset manager, and that is not what you hired them for, and it's probably not their skill set.
Most small investors think a property manager should be doing what an asset manager does as well. Welcome back to my channel where we focus on real estate, more specifically Knoxville, Tennessee, and even more specifically property management and how to be a good landlord. I just wanted to for the first couple videos I put out on my channel here that's really new, I've only been going for about 2 weeks now. I want to do a lot of different types of videos. So we've done like day in the life, we've done some tutorial / educational video content, and then this one will be probably a little bit more relaxed, maybe entertainment based rather than education. But I'm addicted to shorts. I'm addicted to Instagram Reels. Everyone that knows me knows that I screen max practically every day. Let's watch some Reels together and see where this thing goes. Before we begin, I do want to say if you are new to the channel or already been viewing a couple of our videos, it would mean a ton to me if you subscribe. I actually got my first client from YouTube already, so that was just the most amazing thing. I was just talking to my wife that evening, asking her, when do you think that we'll actually get our first customer from this platform? With putting in all this work and spending the money on the camera and the lighting and everything else that makes this video right now look so quote unquote amazing, I'm hoping. And then boom, like an hour later, I got an email and I went out to the property with the gentleman. He owns a beautiful single family in West Knoxville, and we're going to get started marketing that probably in the next 2 weeks and find a tenant before March. So once again, we're going to go into some Reels, and I hope you guys enjoy this entertainment video. Leave a comment below if you like this, education, or day in the life better.
Guys, if you are a landlord or a property manager, this $100 improvement will make your life so much easier. This improvement that I'm talking about is this smart lock right here. These locks are easily programmable and allow you to add codes and delete codes so that when tenants move in and out, that you don't have to be providing them with these keys all the time. You can give them a code, make your life much easier. You're not running around to hardware stores making keys, making copies.
So that's actually a solid idea to have those installed. I am a big fan of smart locks. Sadly, in long-term rentals, they're not as popular compared to like Airbnb. It's expensive up front. It's a hard thing to sell to landlords because, every door in a 15-unit complex, that could get pretty costly, but over time, it will reap benefits. Long-term wise, great investment. I think it's something that if someone reached out to me about, I'd be interested in helping manage, get those properties smart lock installed. We have so many keys all the time, and it's just crazy that we have to still carry those around in 2025. But I get it because, if you own a significant amount of properties, it can get really expensive. Now, on the other hand, we do have some luxury single family homes that do have smart locks, and that just helps so much.
Find the right property management. 1, what kind of experience do they have? How long they've been in business? How many property have they managed in their career? This showed me what their credibility is all about. 2, what type of property do they manage? You want to find out what type of property they manage because certain type of property they don't specialize in. For example, I own a lot of, single family, townhouses, short-term rental property, Airbnb, long-term, micro apartment, luxury apartment. And I use different property manager for a certain type. Like I have a whole different property manager that manage my micro apartments versus who's gonna manage my Airbnb property. 3, what type of back-end system do they have? Back-end system, what I mean is, do they have a back-end system that's very clean on how to find tenant, how to market the property, how to communicate with the tenant, how to collect the money, how to basically communicate with the tenant when something's wrong with the building. So again, it comes back down to what kind of experience they have.
So yeah, when you're looking for a property manager, I definitely would have multiple if you have different types of assets. That meaning Airbnbs, midterm rentals, and long-term rentals. So short-term, midterm, long-term. I don't do midterm or short-term because it is just a total different business model, total different assembly lines with regards to what you have to deal with during the day. And we are just not set up for anything with mid or short term, because those are guests compared to tenants. How to search for a good property manager: asking them how many staff members do they have that work on the portfolio they manage. So find out the total units that they manage. And a lot of people like to brag. I like to brag too. Right now we're at 188, about to hit 189. And how many staff members look after those 189 units? For us, it's 5 full-time staff members with contractors behind that helping out. You would be surprised by the amount of brokerages and property managers that are out there just running it by themselves, trying to run like 100, 200, 250 plus units all by themselves. If I went on vacation back in the day, the operation kind of shuts down. So if you're working with a property manager that doesn't have any staff behind them, that could also run into a situation where, you're not getting that consistent quality of service every single week, because you just can't be on all year, all day, every day.
Thousands of units to be successful in property management. And that's one of the reasons I gave up that business model entirely. Property management doesn't really make a lot of money. You're often trying to squeeze water out of a rock with this type of business model. You are taking an industry that already makes very little per unit and then taking 10% of that. So highly recommend that if you are going to get into property management, it should be the only thing that you do. And you need to know that you need to scale massively to see really any returns.
Property management, there's plenty of money to be made as a property manager. It's all about how you structure the deal. I like to create my revenue where people win. So instead of hitting them with like a maintenance fee when a landlord gets that nasty call knowing that we got to hire a plumber, and then me make an extra fee on top of that, I like to make a fee when we lease the property and find a tenant. There's ways to create a contract that's really a win-win for everybody. There's the revenue side where you can beat up a landlord and try to make a ton of money. But then ultimately, where I've found my most success is in the expense category. I have just minimized my expenses. So I will say this: property management can truly never profit if you don't have the right team. And then you can make really fat margins if you have the right team. And I'm sure some of my staff is going to watch this YouTube video, and I will tell you, I do not have a weak link. I do not have a weak link on my team, which makes us scale like just to the stars, to the moon. And what that allows us to do is take 5 people full time and manage a portfolio of 250 units, which is actually probably more people per units managed than the typical property management company. I've realized in 2025 that one of the best ways to make money is do a service or make a product that no one else wants to do. And property management, you guessed it. But truthfully, I get what this guy's saying. It's brutal out there to start a property management company. And honestly, that's why I chose to start it, because I am not a talented guy, but I will do something that no one else wants to do, and then I'll just try to scale it.
Things that you think people need to look for when they're hiring or be aware of.
I think it's about finding the right person to fit in the role that you've got open, right?
One of the most common mistakes that I see, large and small, is somebody hires somebody for property management and then expects them to do asset management. A lot of times what happens is people will bring on property manager if you're at 100 units or whatever that might be, and then say, okay, cool, this person's got it, I'm out. And now what you've done is now you've made that property manager an asset manager. And that is not what you hired them for, and it's probably not their skill set.
Most small investors think a property manager should be doing what an asset manager does as well. And just a simple chat GPT lookup: a property manager focuses on the day-to-day operations and maintenance of a specific property or portfolio of properties. Their role is more operational, where an asset manager concentrates on the financial performance and long-term strategic value of the real estate investment. Their role is strategic. So basically, an asset manager should be looking at rent projections in territories for the next 20 years. What should they be bumping to annually? They're going to look at more of the occupancy and vacancy rates of the property, things that you'd like your property manager to do as well. I think the actual secret to all of this is if you can get your landlords to actually put that weight on you as a property manager, because if they do see you as an asset manager and property manager, then I think you've gained their trust, and then you can operate. And when you can operate with trust, you can move fast, which makes your assembly lines inside your company even more efficient. And then that brings up your profit margin. And that just goes into the last video we watched. That's what I want to do, is be an asset manager and property manager.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Property management. If you look around you, all these structures right here, right? If you start to look around, all this represents income.
How many units do you currently manage right now?
We manage over 6,000 different community associations.
So what was the turning point in your life that allowed you to get into real estate? Like, did you always know that you wanted to pursue property management and real estate, or what happened?
No, absolutely not. It was luck. In college, I owned a few properties while I was in college, and I got a phone call for an opportunity. I knew nothing about the industry, and I just happened to luck into it. But ultimately, this is a recession-proof business.
How are you able to get your foot in the doors of these buildings?
I say that you start with mentorship. Find someone that's had success and mirror that success. Listen, ultimately, what I tell anybody, finding your niche, focus on one thing and be really good at it, and everything else comes together. And it goes back to your reputation. Your success precedes you with how well you do that one thing, and all the other opportunities present themselves.
Funny how that guy said he became a millionaire, and the last dude said that he had to get out of the industry. So lo and behold, it's who you are, how you run a business that makes you profitable or non-profitable. I think that any industry has profit, otherwise the industry would not exist at all. Lo and behold, he brought up the reason why I started a property management company, because it is recession proof. And honestly, I've started businesses before this. I've done wholesaling, and then before that did stuff out of real estate. And to be honest, I was sick of rolling the dice on high-risk business models, and I just wanted to get to that next step of the scaling problems in business, because if you don't have a lot of sales, you're never going to have a scaling issue. You just have a how do I make revenue issue. But once you have a book of clients and you have services that you're providing them, then you're trying to find efficiency and profit margin and growth. So ultimately, property management for me was as simple as this. I looked at, okay, I want to own 100 rentals. If I want to buy 100 rentals and I find the average deal on or off market where I need to put, let's say, $20,000 down to make the deal cash flow $200 a month. So if I want to replace my income, let's say $100,000 a year, $100,000 a year is $8,333 before tax. So every property has to cash flow $200 in this example, but I'm going to divide that by $200. I would need 41 properties. And let's say the average property took me $20,000 of cash to stay in the deal for it to give me that return, which, by the way, I think anyone would do that deal right now. That would mean that I'd need $833,000 of cold hard cash to produce the $100,000 annual return in that example. So I realized when I was even doing the wholesaling somewhat successfully, and a lot of people watching this know me from wholesaling, it's still going to take me almost $1 million of cold hard cash to be able to get the portfolio that makes me $100,000 a year. That's a great example of $200 cash flow for $20,000 down to have that opportunity. And when I realized that, I was like, oh, I have to be a lot more successful to have that portfolio. Okay. So then I started looking at, okay, if I can't have a deal like that because I can't scale $20,000 down each and every single time, and maybe I can, and then it'll just take me 15 years and I finally get to $100,000, but then inflation hits it and it's not even worth anything at that point. If I take, instead of $200 cash flow on a rental property I do own, how can I make cash flow in real estate myself without $20,000? Ding, 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 property management. If I manage a $2,000 3-bedroom, 2-bath, if I charge my rate of 10%, it'd be $200. So I make $200, and all I have to do is introduce myself and run their investment as if it was my own. and do it the right way, and I make $200 without putting $20,000 down. Now, do I want to do this long term and not ever get in real estate? Of course not. The cash flow isn't as important as the asset and the appreciation. I'm not getting the asset, I'm not getting the appreciation in this deal. So my goal is to get enough of these contracts to then get into the same game as the clients that I manage. All right, so this probably accidentally turned into an educational video, but I want to finish it with a really funny video that I probably sent to over 25 people I know, whether they're realtors, investors, or other property managers in the area yesterday. But this video just makes me laugh so freaking hard. So stick around and let's watch it.
Hey, whoa, what the hell? Matt, what's going on?
Dude, look at this. They put these slot machines in the house. It's awesome.
Hold on. Is this our landlord?
So how much money can fit in this bad boy?
10 grand.
All right.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. What are we doing here? What's going on?
Hello, Mr. Johnson. How's it going?
I'm good, but why are there slot machines in the house?
Oh, I just figured I'd add some much-needed amenities to your lovely home.
This is hold on. This seems kind of this is predatory. You're taking money from us.
All right. I'm the one that knocked $100 off the rent, so...
Okay, Matt, how much money have you put into this machine so far just today?
I don't know, like 250 maybe?
200. He's put $250 into this today.
Melvin, let's go get the other stuff. All right.
Wait, hold on, where are you going?
We'll be right back.
Wait,
we'll be right back.
Matt, you know the house always wins, right?
Yeah, but we're the house.
No, they're the house. Dude, you're the house, right?
Listen, su casa es mi casa,
That's
mi
not
amigo,
how you say
all
it
right?
at all.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Matt, wait. You're spending money on this machine.
Dude, I might be able to pay rent if I keep winning.
No, that's...
All right, that video is just amazing. If you can add cash flow to a property, whether it be a vending machine outside or apparently even slot machines, I jokingly say, if legal in your state, go for it. If not, I would say and recommend not to do that. I'm going to finish this video out and just say thank you for watching. Please, again, don't forget, comment below if you like the educational based videos, the day in the life, more vlog type video, or something like this where we just react to some Instagram Reels, shorts, maybe do some gurus in the future. And we will see you next time with another video.